You know what we'd normally do back in JAJ, and when we're like filming together, we do a three, two,
Two,
one.
one.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What up, AKB
today
Frog?
we're going to watch BIGBANG FXXK IT the Inkigayo. It says comeback special. So this isn't their final stage? Like we were gonna do a final stage, but we switched to this, right?
Yeah, we switched to we were on Blackpink and we were doing their closing stage, but we decided, Big Bang came back recently, and we might as well see them in their comeback special because I think Josh and I have only watched their music video and we haven't seen like a full dance performance. So why not?
Mm-hmm. I'm curious how what they're gonna do with this because they're the groups that have like the personality and they goof around. I love that. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
part.
me too.
All right, let's get into this. So I'll tell you when I'll start it, so you can start at the same time. We can sync up because we're in different locations. So
we are.
On go. I'll say 3, 2, 1, go.
Gotcha.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, and they have lyrics that say what he's saying in English.
You don't need time, man.
Nah, he got all the time in the world. Rap God.
Oh, I'm loving the fan chants.
I love how smug they all look. Like,
Get it,
yo,
Jenny?
we're back.
I mean, G-Dragon. What?
Like, they're just owning it. Oh, did you see that?
I
He
missed
slid
it.
down the
What happened?
railing. He slid down the railing and crashed into the mattress.
Yo, that's awesome. I'll rewatch that after.
Oh, you feel the hype up? His voice is like my favorite.
It always is. The rap, the more raw one.
The deep, raw voice. Yeah.
He's the guy, man. He's the guy going into military service. Let's just enjoy it while we got him.
Maybe I like those voices because like my voice is like.
I mean, you always go for that type of like you love Bobby and Block Me.
Yeah. You know, I believe they actually probably are super nervous.
Here we go, man. I'm glad. I'm for one glad that Top is kind of leading this thing.
I am
He's the
so
one
glad.
ushering out, you know? It's not his fault.
Yeah. But like, I feel like his voice can hold his own very easily. I really want the Bobby. This song just hypes you up for everything, though.
Yo, that coat though, what is happening? It's like wearing a fuffle up against him.
He's wearing the snuffle up again.
Man. They're the only people, like this is the only occupation where you can wear whatever and it works. It just works. You can like, oh, what's that? Yeah, I'm putting that on.
Yeah, for real. It's like, I wonder if they go to thrift stores and they're like, I want the brightest
I
colored
think
thing.
they do.
And it's probably only $2. We're gonna get a dry clean, and then we're gonna just oversaturate it even more.
I think they do that. I think they actually do that, and then they eventually brand it, and then make it $1,300 to buy it.
And it's called something like "This Is Down"
Exactly.
by Big Bang. No, but
Oh man.
going to this music video, like, obviously it's their comeback. It's been a while, but you can probably, you know how nervous they must be during this. Like, it's not something that they were just like, hey guys, ready to go for another day?
Do you think they're nervous? Because they're veterans in the K-pop world. I mean, they are veteran performers, Big Bang.
Oh no, I don't think that's why they're nervous. I think they're nervous because it's sort of like they know that this is like, well, I hate to say it, but sort of like the last time they're going to be together for an album, and that's what's hitting them.
I think it's the last time they're going to be together ever, personally.
But I don't like to talk about it.
I mean, let's talk about it now. We're going to have a real K-talk here. Like, I don't want to say it, but how long is it going to be until they're all together? Because by the time he's out, another goes in to military
It's going to be like 5 or 6 years. It's going to be
more than that. I heard 8 to 10.
Oh, yeah, and
so no, unless they have like a Cheskis, or what was the name of it again?
Zekskis.
Yeah.
Zekskis.
Did they have the long comeback after like?
Well, yeah, but they had a terrible breaking up. This is one of the most graceful breakups that, not even breakups, it's not even a disbandment, but just like a graceful, I guess, I don't want to say end of an era either, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
They can't do performances or music videos or anything K-pop related when they're in military service. So you have a gigantic gap of time where they can't do anything.
A gap of time
together.
Where they
can do things solo, and we'll see
fine.
plenty of that.
Yes, we will.
They might have some sort of like 10-year from now, decade later comeback. They'll call it like a golden comeback or whatever.
A vintage comeback or something.
Comeback. They'll probably do something like that, but it's very short-lived. It's going to be one performance. Big Bang, they're done.
And here's the thing is, like, you can look at it from like I know, you can look at it from like the emotional perspective, which is what we're doing. We're like, people will still love them, which is very true, but from the business perspective, the general population and the newer audience of K-pop that just sprouts every year will just want the newer stuff. Like, for instance, Blackpink or any of the newer groups. Like, I know we're having a new debut in the new year for like I forget what the group is, but like another big group. We have Card, which is like this co-ed group. I'm not sure if you reacted to it, Josh, but you really should. It's this guy and girl group, and it's pretty good. But what I'm saying is that we're having all these new groups that new people will love, and that Big Bang will have to come back in such a way where they would have to be deemed that they are like a legacy group that will have this new sort of aura of attraction of the new crowd. Will be like, oh, these guys were before my time, which is weird to say for us. And they'll be like, let me listen to them, and then they come back and listen to F it, and they're like, okay, yeah, I'm happy, and then they do research on them.
It's a unique market we're in, K-pop. The pop music market is a unique market.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very generational, and it's a lot of people stop when they get like into a certain age. It's true for most people. Like when my mom was younger, she listened to a lot of like boyish bands and girl bands she likes. She doesn't listen to that anymore at all. And it's very much so that way. And like you said, every year companies are pushing more comebacks on us, and there's more waves of young blood. So if you tie that in, the young blood being pushed upon us every year with the amount of time that they have to spend apart because of mandatory military service. Yeah. And then that, along with the fact that people grow out, a large population will grow out of K-pop in the time. Those are the
their
people
international
that will know
audience.
them. So just like every way you look at it, there's no market anymore for Big Bang. They're done, and they know it. And I hate to say it, but I'm gonna be the only guy. I'm gonna be the guy to tell you this, and you can hate me. But
no, I agree with you. They're done. As a group, I think the only chance they would have is such a slim chance because we all know how their big company is with their group. Like this is their last comeback, and they know that. Like we know, and this is just me. I would not be surprised in 2017 to see a new boy group that's like the replacement of like the tough boy group like Blackpink was to 21 will come out. It makes sense to me. Don't you think so, Josh?
I do. There's people that are gonna, because it's a big deal. Big Bang disbanding.
Right now, you and I what Josh and I did is we care about them, but we have this thing where we just sort of turned off our emotions.
And we can turn our brains on and our hearts off.
Engineer mode. Yeah, we went to engineer mode.
So we're not letting any emotions affect our ultimate judgment on this.
No.
As much as we hate what we say,
Of
That's
course,
reality.
we understand. Yeah, I mean, you could sort of say like the silver lining of that is solo careers with like Top. That'll be something I'm looking forward to. Like,
13
in 2 years.
Boss. I don't think anyone can ever replace Big Bang in terms of music. I agree, and I don't think that's what it's about. I think it's going to phase out that era of music, and a completely different era will start. Nothing to do with replacing. It's just different. It's new.
Like think about like
sense.
like even think about the styles of K-pop. Like it has a feeling, and then that feeling disappeared, and then the next came, and right now we're getting way into EDM. I love EDM, but I think by 2020 we're gonna start shifting into whatever's next. Maybe it'll be back to like acoustic guitars and like steel drums. I don't know.
People who think, EDM, it's gonna wait. That's just what it's gonna be for a few years. No, because you gotta look at every single wave that's happened already. Like the dubstep phase, that was big for a year.
It went dub, and then it like went into the broader field of EDM. So maybe it'll shrink back down to something else.
Hey, maybe
I don't know.
We'll see that like collapse and whatnot.
And that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Oof. Yeah, but I mean, it's just something that I feel like I wanted to get off my chest because I love this group, but we just know what they are like going through.
Dang, man, it's insane. I don't know of a group older than them because they're 10 years old. I can't think of a group that's older. I'm sure there are that I know of. I just don't know that they're older than that. So as far as I know, they're the oldest group. They're one of the first groups I've ever heard. They were the first group who I actually memorized the lyrics of the song, like all the Hangul, like Fantastic Baby was my jam back in the day. That was the first one that I like got into.
Same. That was one of the really good ones. I mean, the only group that I could think of older is FXXK and then they disbanded.
Gotcha. TVXQ. I remember it was at DBSK at first, and then they disbanded, and the three left and did JYJ.
I think that's exactly what it was. Is they did JYJ.
Changmin and Yunho started
TVXQ.
No.
Yeah.
They came back as a duo.
Oh man, you're putting my K history to the test right now.
2003, Super Junior is 2005.
Okay, yeah.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, and like we don't even hear from like them anymore.
You know what's crazy is this isn't something that's unexpected. It isn't something emotional. It isn't something dynamic or organic. It is something that was already something YG knew when they first signed Big Bang. From the very first contract, let's see, 10 years ago. When they first signed Big Bang, they already projected when they're going to have their military service. Like they knew that end was coming. Like that's just a business move. So they've seen it coming. I'm sure they've talked about it. Like that's the kind of stuff you would talk about when you're with the boys and you're talking about the future of the group.
Like if they all went to the military at the same time, I would say their chances are way better. Like 2 years, but that's not the case.
I would say if it was a 2-year hiatus, I would personally say it's 50-50 if they can come back or not. Even Big Bang, I would say it's 50-50.
Yeah, right now, like, they're going to keep them by name because they don't want people to lose hope. They're going to keep them as a group because what they want to do is make sure that every artist that goes solo gets the same support. And, the diehard fans would still support them, but there'd be those salty people who'd be like, no, I only like Big Bang as a group. Then they'd be like, darn. I mean, yeah, it's just the way it is.
The way they ended this, though. I'm glad that the type of sound and the message they went with, because I honestly would have been a little bit disappointed and let down if they just went for a pure party song. And they didn't do that.
I agree.
They went for a chill vibe party song with an actual message that had substance. And I like that.
Yeah. And, we're getting comments like by Alicia R, who's saying they would... Yeah, saying they would have been more blunt about it, and I think they were with their song "The Last Dance." The last scene of that is top with a tear.
They were about as forward as they could be, and that's honesty, and we all wanted that because there's no point in lying at this point.
Yeah, like it just seems so clear. Like Last Dance, what does that mean? What exactly is Last Dance? It's their last dance in terms of like when they do their final concert. That's gonna be one of the songs they play, and it's gonna be just awful, like in terms of emotions for everybody. It's gonna be the worst.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about that, man. I just
like that's gonna be reported for them.
Just a fraction of what they're gonna go for, because that's their life. That's what they've been living and breathing every day. We live and breathe it when we think of it, when we got their songs stuck in our heads, when we're watching them. But that's their life.
Mm-hmm. No, and I guess the last takeaway is what I said in my reaction is even though Big Bang may be gone, the beat will go on as long as we continue listening to them. Yeah.
Say the beat will go on. I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I made it up because it rhymed.
Their music immortalizes any artist.
Yep.
And that's great.
Yeah.
I'm very confident that when they're done with military service, individually they'll have their own content.
Top's gonna kill it.
So look
Top's gonna kill
forward
it.
to all of that. Look forward to the D-Dragon stuff. Look forward to the Top stuff. Look forward to all their members.
And I like it. And I like it because it'll just be like a wave. Like one will come out, and then that artist's hype will be like, okay, that was his comeback. And then it'll be like the next one will be like, hey, he's out, and remember him? He's also out. They're probably gonna do a collab now. And then it'll just be like this sort of like semi like what Big Bang's gonna come back like as their own group called Milky Way or something. Just like the next iteration of universe. Oh,
sorry, I had to block someone real quick.
Oh, I know. I saw that too.
I love being a mod.
Yeah.
They can't comment anymore. Anyway, so yeah, I completely agree though.
And it showed up on your chat.
Yeah, I know.
I love that.
How funny is that? I love that.
That's amazing.
I think everyone was happy about that move.
Yeah, we all were happy. I mean, come on, like
that
let's
made me just
get a
feel better about life. Just
round of applause for Josh here. That was good. That was good. 2-finger clap.
No, there were other mods that would have gotten to that.
But that must feel so vindicative.
Like,
right there,
people say like revenge is not sweet. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay, I love revenge. Anyway, speaking of which, we're just gonna go ahead and revenge you guys and cut this off early. We could talk about this for easily an hour. You know,
I think I'm just gonna make them way sadder and sadder. So we should just time out here and be like, I think we made them upset enough, and I wish I could give them all a hug, but a virtual hug, right? Like
virtual
I don't know
hug.
if
we're gonna do a virtual hug.
Yeah, that's the best way to end it.
How do you do it? I could bring the webcam closer.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I think I'll look into it and be like, all right, on the count of 3, we'll hug.
I just give him a hardcore hug. I'm gonna give a hug.
All right,
hug guys.
Hug.